Hi everybody, V8burble's doing the weekly roundup of the events that have taken place in the last week on SimulatorGolfTour.com using the best golf sim software in the business, GSPRO version 2. Now for those that have just logged into GSPRO in the last day or so and have had some issues accessing courses, be aware that there's been an update pushed, which means the courses will be re-downloading and there will be updates that are being downloaded. It's a good thing, and it's, I think, sorting details to do with pin positions and various aspects. So just give it a bit of time for that to happen and download, and you shouldn't have any further issues. But let's get on with it. Last week I said I would cover the World Golf Rankings, and I didn't, so I'm going to start there this week. Now, the first thing to note is, for those that don't know, World Golf Rankings, you earn the points playing either the PGA Pro or the Web Tours, and the most points are available for the Pro Tour. It's better to finish 30th on the Pro Tour than it is to finish 15th on PGA in terms of the world ranking points. So try and play up the tours if you care about this. There's about 581 people in the world rankings. Richie Evans currently there at the bottom. And looking at the top, the leader at the moment, number one in the world, is Willie 8 by a fair old margin. It's done on average world ranking points. That's the total ranking points earned, and that's how many events he's played to actually effectively earn that average. So if you don't play any tournaments for a while, your average points will go down because any of the scores you earned in a week will decay. The longer it is since they were played, the more those scores will decay. So you do need to keep playing, and that does mean that the World Golf Ranking will be current. In second, we got Kemar, the Mooks in third, JPO fourth, and Bob Chung in fifth at the moment. I'm hanging in there in 19th by a thread. I think I've got a little bit on the average. I might stay in the top 20 for another week or two. Which I've been delighted about, but there's a lot of golfers playing now. Let's get on with it. Get on to the Pro Tour. This week's events were played at, what was it called? It was called, we'll get on to that. I'll find it on one of the leaderboard. But it was a short setup, and like crazy short. At times they were like reachable par fours, par fives that only needed an iron, mid-iron coming into. And this was across all of the formats, I believe. I personally think Pro Tour should always be from the tips, but that's just my personal opinion. So there have been some very, very good scores, and the winner here by 2 shots was the Mooks with 2 great rounds, but round 2 in particular, 14 under. That's a 58 on the Pro Tour, which is indecently good. I do tend to show the rounds when there's something that's outstanding. So 2 eagles, lots of birdies, and a clean scorecard. So brilliant 58. Well done, the Mooks. Tied second, we have Bomber Hild and Kev Fev, and finishing out the top 5, Crep, T-Mac, and Carnival. So well played, but a good win for the Mooks. How many people played this week? We had 98 finishing pro. It was a short setup. Also, there was no deep rough. The worst I found was that sometimes if you hit in the trees, you were blocked out by the trees from hitting approaches. I actually thought it was a decent setup, albeit I don't know if it had longer tees, but it just felt too short and a little bit too easy for someone of my modest ability. Let's look at the net leaderboard. The net winner this week on the Pro Tour It's Jay Liotti, 1 shot clear, and it's mainly down to that 11 under round 2, which is ridiculously good. 1 shot clear of T-Mac, and then B. Patrick, Taylor Morgan, the Mooks Cue Ball, Eskimo Quinn, and Boolean finishing out the top 5. What was Boolean in my computer science degree? Boolean was like on or off, isn't it? It's just like, is it not like binary? Something like that. Can't remember. True or false? Anyhow, I finished 20th. I actually had a good 9 under in round 2, which I thought was outstanding, but ended up well down the pecking order. And this is net. Looking at the bottom of the net leaderboard, it was Jimmy's. He took both of the prizes there at the bottom of the leaderboard, and of course the course was Suris Valley. That's what I wanted to say. Looking at the PGA setup. Again, it was close at the top. CW35 took it, so congratulations to the CW. He hits an absolute mile. So on the short setup that it doesn't surprise me he's done well this week. Just taking it from Hamo. Some ridiculous scores going in there. So CW shot a 58. Hamo shot a 57 in round 1. Let's take a look at that scorecard. And birdies galore. I don't know what he did on 14. I'll show you what I did on 14. 9 and 4. But apart from that, birdied everything. So outstanding golf. Bettery, myself, Snap Huxnell and Marg. And I am going to give myself a shout out here. I'll give firstly a shout out to Snap Huxnell, another 58. Myself a 58. And in 8+ years of sim golf, that's the first time I've actually managed to do it. And that included a massive choke on 14. I've already spammed the hell out of this on all of the channels and Facebook groups. But I was going good guns at 12 under through 13 and I had a birdie putt. I mean, I should have shot a 55 if I'd hold this, really. Try and don't knock it past down that hill at all costs. Yeah, don't knock it down the hill. That is fine. Anything apart from down the hill is fine. Oh no! Oh no! That's gone. Sheer panic. That's the one thing not to have done. Oh no, and I was doing so well. I was devastated. I was doing so well. We'll end it there. Thankfully, I don't mind showing my scorecard. I'll stop mentioning it after this. As I say, I managed to shoot a 58 with a 4-putt double bogey on 14, which could have been a birdie. It was an outstanding, but yeah, that was a damn good round for me. Didn't hit a bad iron all round. So looking at the bottom, so the other 59s, 58s out then, 57, Hamo, CW, myself, Snap Huxnell, and a lot of 60s there as well. Looking down to the bottom of the leaderboard on PGA, 189 people finishing. That's great. SK15M down there, somewhat adrift at the bottom, but well done for getting those rounds in and possibly playing up a tour. I like that. Earns, get in there and compete on PGA. Let's look at the net leaderboard. And the net winner this week on PGA. It was a double win. It was Jay Liorti who took it on count back from B. Patrick, Boog and Hanavicus and Buggins Wooty, Hamo, Don finishing out the top 5. Again on net, that was a net 59. And that's the only one I can see that's on there. So well done, Don. But good playing this week. It was a short setup. There was no deep rough. I can only imagine the week coming up is going to be a lot harder than that. Now, Web Tour, remember the new rules are in place. If you hit it harder than 145 ball speed twice, so that'll be a drive or even a 3-wood for some of you that goes harder than that, and you score better than -2, your round gets scrubbed from the week's tournament. You're not banned from the tour, but it just means your scores will not register that week. If you hit it that far, play up on PGA. That's what's intended. It's meant to be for those guys that are shorter hitters or those guys that are newer to sim golf or not, I'll say, good enough to score like that. You should be playing PGA if you do score better and hit it further. But anyhow, the web winner this week, and I'm sure he's won a couple. He's doing well up there, Stagamar. So well done, Stagamar, winning it by 1 shot from Mayday. No need to call Mayday there. Didn't look like there was any major danger. And in third, we had Jay Harper, Lord Greyhair, there's a new name for me, D-Shop and Bordock, who's always up there, finishing out the top 5. So well done, guys. Looking down the bottom of the that leaderboard, we have Avalanche. Is that Belgium or German flag? I'm going to go German, but it might be Belgium. I always forget with the red, the ordering of the colours. But well done, Avalanche, for getting that in. Let's look at the net leaderboard. And the net leaderboard for Webb this week, the winner was... I think... I've got a feeling that JSR Golf took it on count back. Let me just check. He did. JSR Golf took it on count back from Mayday. Lord Greyhair third, tied with Jason Dean, and Fat Joe Time, another new name for me. I like seeing the new names. It means there's new people on tour, which is a good thing. Or they've been hiding down there in the middle and just got to the top. But well done, guys. They've been close scores. And And obviously the winners there is their round 1 performances that did it. JSR Golf winning with a handicap of 12. That'll be good. Looking at the bottom of the leaderboard, and I've already mentioned Avalanche, so I'll shout SK15M there for the and Poitre. Why not? But well done, guys. As I say, love seeing the more people playing, the better. Moving on to the Auto Putt Tour for this week. The Auto Putt was at Worplesdon Golf Club, and the gross winner was GSPRO, 4 shots clear of current reigning season champion Bob Chung, the legend Bob Chung, and 3rd J-Lag, and 4th Phil Ace and Fandorm. Well done. I need to give Phil Ace a shout out when I looked at the leaderboard. What was it? Did he shoot a crazy good score on one of these? Phil Ace, I'm sure he did. Quickly just going to the gross leaderboard and looking down there. I don't want to miss anything that I should mention. No, I'm sure there's a reason why I was going to mention Phil Ace. That was it. It was the Pro Tour round. It was someone I'm not familiar with. Pro Tour, Phil Ace, round 1, a 15 under. So a crazy good score. Let's have a look at that scorecard. That's a 57, is it not? Yeah, 57, clean scorecard. Very, very impressive on Pro Tour. So, rather demoralisingly, despite playing brilliantly, I wasn't the best Brit this week, beaten by Phil Ace. I'm not even the best Phil. That's a bit demoralising when I've played very well on Pro Tour this week. Anyhow, as we were, get back to the auto putt. So this is people that don't want to putt, or those that can't putt with their launch monitor. And we had 145 that finished. Sublime, I've mentioned him before in previous weeks there at the bottom. I mentioned Rainmaker, someone new I haven't seen down there, so well done, guys. Looking at the net leaderboard, the winner this week, J-Lag there, Phil Ace, fishing out the top 5. Looking at the net, we've got K-Cox taking it by 3 shots from Phil Ace, Smith NL, Sandu Golf, Birdie Bender, Hamo, T-Ant, and Diamond 95 finishing out the top 5 there. Looking at the bottom of the leaderboard, DHC just bottom on the auto putt net scoring this week. Looking at the next one, which is the par 3. It's always a fun set at Varden. I absolutely stunk it up. I think I finished 67th or something, 71st. So I didn't have high hopes for this week. And surprised not hitting one bad iron in the whole round is crazy. But the winner there by an absolute mile, country mile, is JPRO. 7 shots clear of Fandorm, Mloga, Willie, who's currently world number 1, and Sean Palmer finishing out the top 5. So well done, guys. Who's at the bottom of the par 3 this week? Sublime, I've mentioned it. SK15M, I think I may have mentioned him already as well. So shout out Cassius23. And looking at the net, this is the net for the par 3 event this week at Varden Golf Club. The net winner was Taylor Morgan, winning it by 4 from JSR Golf. Show out Boiler Timmy, JPRO and UK Pops. Look at those handicaps at the top. 15, winning it with 25 under, 19 in second, 21 and a show out 18 in third. Cut those handicaps, but well done, boys, this week. Looking at the bottom, we have Sublime, Cassius, More Bombs, Rainmaker. I'll even go as high as shouting out RJ Bauer. I don't think I've mentioned him there. So, well done. The only other thing to really mention is the 2-man scramble event. My good friend John Mayer hasn't been well with COVID this week, so we didn't get our round in, unfortunately. But the winners are not those. It is T-Mac and Typhoon on 17 under. Just pushing out the guys that are always challenging, Salty and Carnival, Johnny Hammer 6 Businessman, Bob Chung Day Show, Snap Hook Snell, Scott, Willie Carson, Ritz, all finishing out the top 5. Good turnout for this. 56 people, 56 pairings finished. So if you're not in that, find yourself a partner and get yourself registered on the 2-man tour. The scrambles are so much fun. Also, there's the monthly 4-man. We still only have 2 rounds that have been completed by the 4-man teams. So make sure you get those in before the end of the month. Hopefully that's covered everything. Please leave comments. Like it, don't like it. The good, the bad, the ugly. That's probably me, actually. Typical round of golf. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be back next week. Goodbye. Keep golfing.